Well, hello, I'm Alex, and today I've got an idea for making zines. So you can use this simple zine format to develop a daily practice. It's small, it's little, you can take it with you anywhere you go. It's perfect for prompts, and it's perfect for when you don't have time. You know how I'm always saying, it's easy to spend a few minutes a day in creative play. I'm sure some of you are like, well, it's easy for you to say you're an artist. So, I'm making these videos for you to take play breaks with me. This is your creativity timeout, baby. Just grab whatever supplies you have on hand, work alongside me, don't worry. I'm keeping this no fuss fabulous, easy peasy. Go ahead, check it out. Today's topic, zines. I'm going to tell you why I love zines so much. But first, we're going to actually make one, and then I'll show you the examples. Are you ready? You just need one sheet of paper. And what you do, and you'll want something that helps you make nice creases. You might want to use a little ruler, or I've got this tool, or you could just use the side of a marker, or you can just use your fingernails. Up to you. So fold your paper in half, and now you're going to fold it in half again the other direction. What we're doing is we're dividing our paper in 8 equal parts. Okay, that's the objective here. We want to divide our paper in 8 equal parts. You don't have to fold it in the exact order I'm folding it, but your objective would be to find the midlines, and then because we've got a rectangle instead of a square here, we need to divide the 2 halves in half again. You see that? So let me do the other side here. There's the different ways you could get these 8 equal parts. It's really up to you. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it lengthwise. Oops, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Hey. Got ahead of myself. You're going to fold it this way, okay? And now what I want you to do until you get the hang of this, which will take about 2 minutes, I want you to just use a pencil. I want you to mark the center here, okay? I want you to mark the center of, once you folded it in half this way, mark the center. And the reason I want you to mark the center is because we need to make a slit here. So this is where you can use your scissors, and you will be cutting from the fold. So this is the folded part, right? You're not cutting from this side. You're cutting from the part where it's folded over to that midpoint. And you know what? I don't even use the scissors. I just go like this. You see that? Okay, what we've done, so now go ahead and open your paper up again. What we've done is we've created a slit here, right? Now, I want you to stand it up like this, and I want you to see that you've done it right. If you can go like this, you've done it right. And now all you do is you push it together, lay it flat against your desk or your table, and then fold it over. And this is where having something where you can sort of squish down the edges helps. a little bit, but you can do it with your fingernails or just press hard with your fingers. So now we've created a zine. A zine has a front and 7 pages. Okay, if you want to think of it like a little book, we would say this is the cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the back would be number 7. Now, why am I counting it this way? Because you could obviously do anything you want with this little book. Because I like using zines as a daily practice tool. Like, the format is perfect for doing something little every day of the week. When you feel like you don't have time to be creative, but you've got these art supplies and you've got these ideas, and it's just, you keep setting yourself up for disappointment because you think you need a whole afternoon or a whole day to get going on something. Well, you can still be creative just for 10 minutes, right? And what if your only objective was to fill 1 page of your little booklet here? So that's why I like zines. They're portable. You can take them anywhere. They're consumable. You'll use it up in a week, right? Or depending on what you're doing, maybe you need 2 weeks. Maybe the first week you doodle something on each day of the week on the page, and the second week you go in and color it, right? And they're small. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, when they're small, you're not going to spend an hour. You can literally do it in 10 minutes or less, right? It kind of depends what you're doing, because if you're doing collage, it always takes longer. So let me show you examples. By no means do you need to start with white paper. So this is graph paper, this is colored paper, and this is from a magazine. So sometimes getting a photograph is a great way to start a zine. A black and white photograph has lots of contrast. Okay. Ways you can use your zines. Well, you could do puzzle shapes on your zines every day. Here they're done with pen and then they're colored in. So maybe one day you do them, the next day you color them in, whatever feels right. You can doodle between the lines. So you just add some lines and then you doodle between the lines. And oops, I don't even know where this came from. And there you go, playing with color. Or you can doodle between the lines with a black pen and then come in and color them. Totally up to you. Let's see, what is this one? Oh, pattern play. You could fill your pages with a type of a pattern that you like. Spend a few minutes doing your pattern, right? And then come back in and color it. And it doesn't matter if just imagine every page has this pattern. It doesn't matter because you can color it in a different way each time. So maybe that's where you get sort of the spark, is to see how many different ways you can have that pattern look, because the colors will affect dramatically what it looks like, right? Okay, let me quickly mention this, that I've created creativity warm-up videos where we use a lot of scrap paper. You could keep some of that scrap paper. So this was a puzzle shapes page, and you can turn that into a zine, of course. And this was something that I tried to do as a triangles pattern. So what am I saying? I'm saying that if you start with something like this, then maybe all you do is color it in. You know, you have a cup of coffee after lunch and just grab your markers and color in a little page for a few minutes. Other things you can do with zines. Well, you can even print in the same way that you can use a magazine page. You could do a layout of something that when you print it is set up to turn into a little booklet, a little zine, right? So this is something I made. It's got questions on it and little drawings that you can color in according to your mood. You can tell a little story. This is what a lot of people do with zines. They tell stories. They draw cartoons. You can set yourself up with some prompts. So every day of the week is a prompt for you to doodle something, and it just says a color. So then that would be whatever color you're inspired to doodle that day. A scent, so the scent of violets. A tree, an animal, and you just get yourself to doodle something by using the prompt, so you don't have to think about it. This is also very similar. It's prompts where you make a doodle to finish the sentence. So I'm excited about, I'm feeling good about, I am proud of, I'm getting better at, and then I'm great at, and then you just doodle in the rest of the page, one per day. And of course, this is getting to something that a lot of people already do, which is a gratitude journal. Why not make your own little zine every week as a gratitude journal? And one week you could write like a little journal, and the other week you could draw, just whatever you're inspired to draw for that day. And then you can also use zines for collage. So collage takes a little bit longer, so you're definitely not going to do more than one page a day. But this is where you would have a big envelope with a bunch of scraps in it that you can use for collage. You obviously don't need very big pieces of collage fodder. You can also just use several magazine pages. So you fold one magazine page, maybe a black and white one, into your zine, and then you use other magazine pages as collage fodder that have lots of color on them. That works too if you don't feel like making your own collage fodder. So here's an example of a magazine page that was black and white, and I just have this notepad that has all these colored papers in it, and I just cut out shapes. Easy peasy. Do one a day. This is using graph paper, and here I'm using scraps just to fill it. I'm not thinking about composition, I'm just filling the page. I call this stacking shapes. And this is more where you think about composition and you try to keep it really minimal. Look how nice it is to use a color paper. I had an example of a pink one, but the red is so pretty. And so here you are thinking about composition, one a day. Like limit yourself to no more than 3 or 4 bits to create something interesting on your page. Maybe all you need is one. Okay? And last but not least, in the same way that you're not limited to the type of paper you use for a zine, I mean, you could use translucent paper, you could use rice paper. Just keep in mind what your objective is, and if you're going to glue on it, then it should be able to accept glue. Some papers are kind of slick. If you're going to watercolor, then your paper should be pretty thick. What else? If maybe you'll have to use permanent marker for some types of paper. So this is, I'm sorry, I was saying in the same way that you're not limited to the type of paper you use, you're not limited to the size. So this is a big paper that I made into a zine because I needed it to be really thick, because this is a zine for ink blots. Aren't these cool? I'm not sure which way is up and which way is down, but so ink blots have a tendency to go through the paper, but when the paper is really thick, that's not an issue. And this is a mini zine. So this is a zine, so if I showed you how to fold a zine out of one sheet of paper, this is the equivalent of, I don't know, this was a piece of note paper. So as long as you have a rectangle, you can repeat the process and turn it into a zine. You could get even smaller than this, but what's the point? It's kind of up to you what you're going to do with it. Okay, I hope I've inspired you to make a zine and to watch my zine videos and to use them as a fantastic way to play every day, right? Daily play with zines. That's the goal. Okay, I hope you had fun taking this tiny play break with me. Be honest, it was super easy. When it comes to your creativity, it's never about what you're making. It's about how you feel while you're making it, right? Okay, I've got lots more videos on my YouTube channel here, so subscribe, stay tuned, play. Come back and get your daily dose of make stuff feel good energy. Thank you so much for being here.